So, been a couple weeks. A lot of shit jumping in the way. So, we'll do a quick breakdown of basically all the events up to now, and then we shall jump right in. So, to set the scene, you five are heading into the ruined city of Almas, tasked with finding an artifact that some say isn't real, never existed, never seen. You've been hired by the incredibly wealthy and powerful merchant Anton Cervantes, with the promise of wealth and influence enough to change your lives forever should you complete this task. The city itself that you're heading into is cut off from the rest of the world. Even entering requires you to be smuggled past the massive walls that border both regions to the east and west, or somehow find your way past the ship blockade. In any case, you would have made your way past these safeguards, following a guide known only to you all as Bryn. You'd gather some information about the various factions that still remain within the city, and soon depart your guide as you entered the water aqueduct leading into the city. A strange sheen rising from the earth, acting as a barrier between the two locations. And so you pressured forward, coming across a strange fiend-like beast in the distance, with a weapon in hand, flaming, illuminating its path. Choosing not to track that down and stick to the task at hand, you went forward, finding your way into the sewers as you navigated the system you would have come across and done battle with a strange, kind of blob-like creature, attempting to swallow you whole and then essentially digest you down. A reminder that, although abandoned, the city still had many dangers to be wary of. You would continue on until you found a ladder heading up, Gregor and Obak leading the climb to investigate. Thinking the coast clear until Gregor, unfortunately fumbling your entrance and finding yourself at the other end of two crossbows pointed directly at you. In the end, though, you'd realize that these were the handlers to help you make your entrance into the city. And as the rest of you climbed up, you were given specific advice on how to carry yourself moving forward. Nothing is free, and everything has a cost in the city of Almas. Well, actually, I guess you got that after the fact, but before, not wanting to pay that cost or heed that, you attempted to intimidate your hosts. They shifted before your eyes, turning into massive, fiendish creatures. Ultimately, though, just teaching you a lesson and not wanting to kill you outright. In trade, they would have given you a map that directed you to the quickest way to the center of the city, while passing some safe houses along the route. You'd head out, intent on getting the job done quickly, the ambience of the dead city around, quiet, kind of hanging in the air. You continued to weave through the streets before coming to a large crossing of a main road. Undetected as a large wolf-like beast with a rider atop kind of strode along, scouting along the streets. As you waited, you'd hear a faint sound, and you would find a small, obscured being sitting atop the roof, looking down on you five. Being would kind of give you some advice, hurry up and cross. The hound returned shortly. And asking, in a dire moment, strangely enough, if you had anything to trade. Upon rejecting the offer and trying to cross, about halfway you'd pass before a loud whistle would catch the massive hound beast's attention. You all had to run through the streets and alleys, the hound quickly on the trail, rushing after you. With some quick thinking and some, we'll say, minor luck involved, you'd give yourself some distance from the beast and its rider, and make it to this first safe house, sheltering yourself in, and this is where we pick up. So, let me see something quick. Alright, let me get some music going, and... Alright. So, you five burst into the safe house. As previously described, as you make your entrance in, the doors do give way to you. For a moment, maybe as you were standing there, you would have kind of been twisting on the handle, and it felt like maybe it wouldn't kind of open to you before kind of just putting a bit more pressure than you expect. It kind of burst open through the door, and all five of you come rushing in after each other, slamming the door behind you. And one thing you all would have noticed, or would have been quickly apparent, is that as the door shut behind you, you'd all turn and look back, and along the walls and along the door itself, inscribed in the woodwork with some kind of looks like highlighted like white ash, almost inlaid into the wood itself, a number of runes that just kind of covers the entire wall and the door itself. As you kind of slam that shut, each 5 of you kind of, taking the opportunity to kind of breathe and gather your bearings, feeling safe that whatever it was that was after you no longer is. In that moment of kind of quiet, some of you maybe collapse where you are, others, doing as you wish. You find that the safe house is very bare bones. Obviously, at one time, it would have been most likely the home of somebody. There's a fireplace, currently kind of smoldered out, but if you would want to, you could certainly light a fire for the opportunity of warmth. The rest of the building on the interior is just kind of desolate. Old pieces of furniture that look like they've been heavily weared out. Some broken pieces of furniture, a table, or a desk, just kind of broken down into a number of pieces, stacked up next to the fireplace to act as kind of kindling for the next fire to be set. And at this moment, as you kind of burst in, you're basically like in the living room area, right? There's a couple seats, heavily kind of dusted out sofa and such, to kind of make a break and kind of a moment to gather yourself.
You said we're not being followed still, right?
You feel that way, at least. You feel like you put some distance between you and whatever that creature was that was rushing after you atop the beast.
Trill?
Yeah.
As a safe house, if we were to, because it's designated as a safe house, I'm under the assumption that it's kind of hidden in maybe whatever citizens' remains homes, and that lighting a fire wouldn't necessarily attract enemies. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Turtle Run, you're gonna go ahead and drop this detect magic on the area?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, intuition-wise tells you, Mastodon, that that you feel like it looks like this has been used before, right? And looking at all of like the runic protections along the doors and walls, you get the feeling that there's something at play that keeps this place a bit, hidden, and they're certainly using the fireplace for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Is there a check I could make to see if I recognize the runic inscriptions?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me take a look. Do you have anything specific? I think your skills
I have Arcana, occultism.
So I guess either one of those could be okay, Arcana or occultism. But also your academia could work in this place, but again, it would kind of switch up a little bit how the answer is given, right? So like if you rolled academia, it'd be an easier check, but it would be a different kind of answer than one you might be looking for in this moment.
Would a religion work?
Religion, I don't think so. Not on this one. Yeah, so go ahead and whichever you choose,
choose one.
Harold, just go ahead and make the roll, and while you're rolling, we'll take care of this detect magic. So, perfect. All right, so turn around. As you kind of enter in, you take the moment, seeing all these runes, you kind of let out this detect magic, right? The kind of like this emanating 30-foot emanation, in sufficient of space to kind of fill the room and the building that you're in. As you do so, yeah, there are. I guess it's almost like an overwhelming response of magic, all along the walls, all along, all kind of registers back, kind of pinging you with the presence of magic. You get the feeling that these runes, whatever they are, kind of inscribed into the wall and door, act as kind of like a safeguard to protect this, protect this.
Do I feel threatened from the presence of magic? Is it like safeguarding, like?
I think you'd have to give me like an Arcana or an occultism check here, like specifically. As you're doing that, Harold with the 17. Taking a look at these runes and such, the way magic works in general, you get the sense that you don't know them specifically, right? Like not every single thing is kind of standing out to you as yeah, as like something that you just know outright. As you kind of look and kind of study them, one thing that does become quickly apparent is that runic inscription like this is extremely old. It is very, very like, it's like the kind of shit that, you know, I would say, like, you know, people like sometimes go to school and get like Latin degrees. It's kind of like a weird situation like that where, like,
Sure.
if you had a specialized focus, you might have a bit more understanding about this, but this is like so outdated that it's kind of outside your purview of knowledge.
Gotcha.
Yeah. With the 7, I mean, is Turtle Run an inherently paranoid person?
No, I wouldn't say that.
All right. Then I'll say you feel relatively at ease with the situation as it appears to you now. One thing I should ask for clarification's sake: who has the map that was traded?
Obok has the map.
Yeah,
Obok does.
it's given to Obok.
Perfect.
Seeming to be a perfect time, Obok will pull out the map that Harold had given him and roll it out on a surface for everyone to see.
Okay. So, yeah, finding a quick opportunity, you kind of roll it out, and you know, instinctively, you're kind of going to point out the one that you're at, because the decision was made, right, that you're going to be resting here for the evening, right? So we're kind of just knocking that out before we get to the rest.
Right.
Yeah. So as you kind of take a look, not really having had the chance to kind of really sit and study with it, right? Because you got the map, kind of, you know, all right, this is the way we need to go for the first safe house, and then you kind of just left in a hurry from the, you know, the encounter with the two fiendish hosts, I guess you could say. Now, as you kind of lay it out before you, kind of spreading it across the table, you realize that the city is massive. It seems to sprawl and kind of stretch all along, and I mean, you saw it when you arrived and got like an overview of the city itself, but as it's laid out on paper, it really kind of comes clear just how sprawling the city is. And I'll say, now that you have a chance to like really sit and take a look at this map, the route that's given to you definitely is the quickest way to get where you need to go, but you can tell based on some of the marks that it is going to be taking you through populated spaces. You know, like it seems like as you kind of take a look at the map, that the next area you're going to has indications of, as best as you can tell, just the way the marks were kind of made for whoever crafted this map. There's like a, you know, kind of like a squared out area, you know, like this region. The route forward goes directly through it, offering you the safest, like the fastest way forward, which was the specific request when you got the map. But what kind of danger or what kind of harm it potentially puts you, it seems like the quickest way to get where you need to go comes with a lot of potential danger. So
Trill, as I look at the map and analyze it with my knowledge in warfare, could I roll to see and analyze and maybe break down and create a second or third alternate option that might give us a tactical advantage in fights that we may face?
Sure. Roll me a you have the war.
I have warfare, yeah.
Go ahead and give me warfare. Give me a warfare check as you kind of sit with it, you know. And we'll say that this takes kind of like the better part of the rest of the day until you get the rest.
I know all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you kind of sit and study with the map, I'll say that you're able to plot out 2 additional paths forward. Both of them obviously going to be slower, right?
Yeah.
Regardless, that's what's going to happen, right? They're both going to be slower, but
we're going to be zigzagging around the line a little bit, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And even then, it still comes with some, you know, you have to get close enough to these places that there's, you know, there's still probably going to be some dangerous aspect there, but it'll be more on the sneaky side rather than the, you know, bulldoze through sort of situation. Yeah, I'll say that you're able to kind of plot out two two courses. Both, we'll say like the second one just kind of avoids about half of the potential kind of run-in locations, and then the third one is just like a complete avoidance, but it's the the longest path possible.
Would you say that based on my role and abilities that I would not have to constantly look at the map after this period to kind of generally know where we're going and the routes?
Sure, yeah, because you're specifically plotting out a potential path forward. I'll say, unless it's like an extreme, like high tense moment, right? Your instinct, I'd say you feel pretty good about it as far as in relation to where you need to be going. But not to say that it's infallible, right?
Sure.
So, does anybody else want to do anything as the remainder of the kind of time passes as you all kind of look to get a break?
Could I just sort of roll a survival check just to do, I don't know if survival would be the right thing,
Sure.
but just to kind of do what Pete did in case we get separated from Pete or we lose the map or something like that.
Okay, yeah. Kind of sit there with him, try to, yeah, it's decent enough. Yeah, you feel relatively confident that even if you don't have the map directly in front of you, that maybe you could make some decisions as far as the appropriate direction to head to. If in need of like running for your life sort of situation.
Right.
But yeah, so that's all. Then the remainder of the day kind of passes. Do you set a fire?
Yeah, I have a flint and steel and some materials. I'll go set a small fire real quick.
Set a small fire. Yeah. As the daylight kind of starts to shift away, I mean it definitely gets cold. So the need for a fire is certainly present in this time. So Mastodon kind of sets a fire in the fireplace, kind of warming up this main kind of central area that you're likely to kind of choose as your resting spots. And so, like with that, is there anything anybody wants to say to each other, or is it rest and moving forward?
So, what's the plan with this map? Where are we going? What's the move?
We're already a day down. I'd say we take the first option of the new routes.
The faster we're out of this bloody city, the better.
Yeah.
I do agree. However, based on the fact that I assumed I was going to kill a couple of farmers and they turned into giant devils, I'm not going to lie, it does make me a little apprehensive. We can bulldoze through if you want, but we're probably not all going to make it out of here.
I'd look at Harold. You're a studied boy, right?
Yes, I am.
You ever see anything like that? What we just experienced?
Would I have to make a check for that, or
You yeah, you'd have to give me like an Arcana or an Occultism check.
sure, I'll throw out an Arcana.
Did he not tell us his findings from his last 17?
Fuck yes, Tommy.
Big rolls.
Well,
For Harold.
What were you referring to specifically, Shane? The Wolf Rider and stuff, and the
Sort of just the beasts we've seen,
General.
and the ones, the farmers who turned into the demons, and how that was like the same thing we saw on our way in the sewer. Just like those kinds of things in general.
Sure. So, is there any info I could give them, Trill?
Yeah, so
Specifically, I'm sort of implying like, hey, could we, is there a weak point on them that we could use to, make it easier?
So with the 25, great roll. Also to clarify, he did give the information about the 17. It's just that it was like really old ruins, right? Like that was kind of
right.
Yeah. So with the 25, man, Harold Lennon is certainly a very studied individual. So studied that that from your knowledge and from what you've been able to gather, kind of maybe in preparation for this mission, right? Kind of like you've had a few weeks of knowing that you're going to be heading into the city. So maybe doing everything you can to kind of try to find out the city state and what's going on within. And trying to So, this is like a this has big meta implications, but what you've been able to find, Harold, is that you do not find creatures like this anywhere except in Almas. And the thought, or the current kind of theory behind it, is because of the opening in the veil. There are things in Almas that you are not going to find anywhere else in Ekros, no matter what, right? And so these fiendish creatures are within that category. You've been able to, we'll say you found like a book that kind of described various things you might come across. And these fiendish creatures are a very specific type of creature that you could only, as of now, right, find within Almas, as well as a few others. Creatures that are called Celestials. These fiendish creatures. And I guess what would be kind of like meta, the equivalent of like a demonic kind of creature. You'd all find that all here. And in what little information that has been able to be gathered and kind of found out, these fiendish creatures, as far as like a as far as a general weakness that you could employ against them, I'm gonna say that what you've been able to find is that there's a lot of treachery involved in the way, you know, there's a lot of kind of like treacherous dealings, and maybe it kind of like fits in with that idea that there is nothing for free in the city of Almas, right? And I will say that general weaknesses, it's probably going to be stuff that would typically kind of be in the family of magic that heals, right? We'll say like positively charged magic is something that they have a weakness to.
And that's specifically about the fiends that we encountered.
Yeah.
Okay. I would turn back to Gregor then and say, all the creatures we found so far, they're all native to Almas. From what I've read or managed to find while we've been here, they have a potential weakness to us what could be healing magic. And I would say there might even be a chance we could negotiate with some of these beings. Like we were told, nothing in Almas is free.
Right. And are any of you capable of that sort of magic?
I would look at Mastodon and say nothing. Not me.
What about the druid?
I'm not capable of such. I'm scared these whatever was following us is looking for the same thing Anton set us out for. And if that's the case, this thing is going to be following us until we find whatever it is.
Then I guess our main weapon here is negotiation. Once we if we can't overcome whatever we're going to come across.
Negotiation's quite a soft word, Gregor.
I can deceive and intimidate and beat the deal out of them if it doesn't work.
Hey,
so that's
we saw how that
me.
went, Mr. Watts.
Hey, I'm just getting
Don't make
warmed
me
up.
put you in a chokehold again.
I kind of
He's right though.
look at Harold and you see me ball my left fist a little bit. And then you see then you set the I get the tired look in my eyes, you know. I just don't got it in me to clear them right now.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to go to sleep, you know.
All right, I'll leave it there.
Certainly has been quite the eventful day. Best to rest up and tackle this with a fresh head tomorrow.
It's a shame we don't have a cleric.
Am I able to use some nature here? I could replace my medicine with nature, and we are kind of still in the middle of nowhere. Well, in the city, but you know.
Yeah. What are you trying to do? Like heal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wounds, not like big HP heals, like wounds.
Yeah, I'll say that I really dislike the like mechanic, especially like in downtime moments like this. I'll just say that you know, it takes a couple of hours, but you're able to kind of go around and successfully essentially heal up everybody back to full. So I'll say that. Like in moments of downtime, we won't have to roll for the healing moving forward. It'll just be like in intense moments where, like, you know, it kind of make or break what's gonna, you know, what's going on.
I mean, we're gonna sleep and rest anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Before we sleep, real quick.
Well, it does, because
I,
you don't go straight to full just because you get a long
Yeah,
rest
it
sleep.
wouldn't be a long rest. Right?
Yeah, well, no,
Oh,
even if you get a long rest,
long.
yeah, it doesn't work the same as D&D 5 either.
So now that the safe house is lit by the fire, is it possible for me to search it for anything I could possibly use for alchemical crafting, like a vial or?
Sure. Yeah, you want to give it a look around? Well, for sure. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Go ahead, Master. Yeah. Fortunately, it looks like the best of whatever's left behind, or at one point, is all been scavenged.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll say there's a few supplies left behind, like dry goods, you know, like food and stuff that could be used, like to make a meal, perhaps. But that's about it, right?
Gotcha.
So if a long rest will restore what percentage of your HP lost?
It will restore your Constitution modifier amount, so 3, 4, 5. I think it's like based on your level as well. I mean, we can find it right now. If we want to, everybody can go ahead and take a long rest. The way you do that is you go to your character sheet, look to the left where you see your health, and you'll see what looks like a bed that says rest for the night. So there you go. Obagi comes back by 9. Harold, you know, Gregor, 3.
Wow. So it's okay. So it's based on Constitution.
Yeah. So, but yeah, feel free to just kind of adjust your health back to full, because I'm not gonna make ASO roll like, you know, 20 times for the sake of just getting everybody back to full. So, all right. So
You'd say we've broken your game 2 times in 3 playthroughs already? Unlocking mysterious. What do you mean you said it? Like, you guys are doing things that bend space and time right now. It was not supposed to be this way.
yeah, you're in a weird place where weird things happen. So, all right. So, beyond that, having like had words with each other and kind of decided the path moving. Well, did you decide on the path moving forward? Sorry. I know it was still up to discussion, but was it were we gonna go with as fast as you can get, or are we going with Mastodon's secondary, like avoiding some of it, but just a bit slower path? Or was it yeah.
Sounds like we're bulldozing through, buddy.
All right.
Okay.
All good by me, dude. All good by me. So, okay. Perfect. Then, after looking around, after doing and finding whatever information you can from this place and whatever goods that might be available left behind, yeah, you each call it kind of an evening, one by one, staying warm near the fire in the kind of main hall. So as you all kind of eventually kind of come to a rest, one after the other, let's go and see if something happened. Okay. Wow. All right. Harold. It doesn't take long, despite the location that you're in and the place that you are. And this is completely random, I should say. The dice just decided this. This could have been anybody. doesn't take long for you to fall asleep. You know, the warmth and feeling like truly, you know, this is probably the safest you felt, you know, on your journey so far, with a place with as many runes and such that kind of surround you.
My
now.
sleeping bag right next to Mastodon's. Very
Jesus.
good.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, it's head to feet in this, you know. No. Yeah. So sleep kind of comes naturally and quite quickly. And so, as you kind of fall into sleep, you fall back into this familiar dream. You know that you're sleeping, right? So as this kind of feeling kind of returns, you're in that same spot. If you could, please describe to me what this dream might be. Like, where might you be at a place that kind of brings you peace and relaxation?
I'm in a study.
Okay.
Long, very tall bookshelves. I'm sat behind a desk, quill and paper on the desk.
Mhm.
It's dimly lit, some nice candles, low lighting. Like a medium-sized room with the door shut.
Yeah. This is a recurring dream for Harold, right? You have this, you know, every few weeks, you know, maybe every couple months, depending. This is like a return to kind of like a familiar, maybe even a memory, right? The dream itself is
I'm
kind of
writing
based.
something on the paper with the quill, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you kind of sit there, as you kind of realize that you're sleeping, right, and that this is just a dream, a brief bit of kind of relief kind of just, you know, falls off your shoulders. Feel like you feel like so far, ever since you accepted this journey forward, that it's been missing, right? This familiarity. And as you kind of sit at this, you know, large wooden desk, kind of got the quill in hand, you've got your head kind of turned down, and you're kind of looking at the words as you scrawl them across the paper in front of you. I'll let you decide. Are you writing anything that you recognize in this moment?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I just need to grab my notes for the exact quote.
Fair enough.
So what Harold is scribbling down is essentially what he heard from the first dream, just over and over and over.
Okay.
You'll
And
never reach the orb in time. Leave these mountains. Almus has fallen. Your presence is unneeded.
yeah, indeed. So this is a new part of the dream, right? These words, never before had they been something you'd ever thought of or had a dream about or a moment of. As you got your head kind of tilted down at this paper and you're kind of reading the words that you write, that you have written, as you kind of start from the top, right, you know, ensuring that you got everything as it is, as you read the words, you hear that voice turn, right? And almost as if it is narrating the words off the very page that you're reading, right?
Yeah.
And then you realize that the room that you're in, typically in your dream, it is dim by quite a bit, but as you kind of, you know, maybe a panic as like the, you know, that narration kind of sets in, you hear the sound. I mean, you hear it as audible as anything. You kind of look up, you look around the room, and there is a dark figure standing in the corner, and this figure itself is kind of draining the light from the room. You know, typically it's naturally kind of like a relaxing kind of dim, but now as you kind of look up and you're well aware of, like, you know, the fact that this is a dream and this thing is here, the light almost kind of shrinks away even further, and what was relaxing is now a moment of panic, as this kind of dream almost twists into more of like a nightmarish feel. I mean, you already can feel the you can feel like in your chest your heart racing in this moment.
Yeah, Harold's gonna, when the figure appears, plant his hands on the desk and throw himself up, heart beating, panic setting in. And I say, "You again."
Throwing the chair back, it slams into the tall kind of bookcases. A few books kind of scatter down, slamming onto the floor with heavy kind of thudding sounds as you kind of throw yourself to your feet, and you address this creature. And as you kind of address it, you again, there is a brief movement forward, as almost like the creature, whatever it is, kind of steps forward yet again. And as it does so, it's almost like the body of it kind of not contracts, almost expands in the room, kind of almost appearing to make itself bigger, kind of larger, taller, kind of, almost looming over you from across the room. This like strange, almost effect. You have to look up to see the tallness of this creature as it kind of hunches forward. And then the repeating, "You will never reach the orb in time. Almas has fallen. You have 4 days."
Okay, that's new. Okay, that will ring in Harold's mind. That particular, you have 4 days.
Yeah.
And he'll back up as the figure expands into the room until he falls back into his chair again that slammed into the bookshelf. And he'll ram his eyes shut like he did before, like a panic response, and he'll just sit there shivering.
Absolutely. Shivering in the chair, covering your eyes, like just doing everything to kind of remove yourself from this dream. But even still, even with your eyes closed, it's almost like you can see the darkened figure beyond your closed eyelids. It kind of casts a shadow across you and around you, as it almost encapsulates you from all sides. And as you're kind of like, doing everything you can to kind of break out of this dream, eyes shut, kind of grit, your jaw kind of gritting, your teeth, you can hear them kind of not cracking, but like the sound of them like roughly kind of scratching against each other as you kind of just like do everything you can to just wake up from this dream. And beyond fearing, like 4 days, you'll hear it again, 4 days, but tacked on 4 days until your doom. And so, for you all, the rest of you, a familiar wake up as Harold is screaming at the breaking point of his lungs. The scream, the yell kind of bursts out of nowhere, and all of you who would have been sleeping are now immediately kind of violently thrust back awake at the immense sound coming from Harold. And I'm going to say, if you four, Gregor, Obak, Macedon, and Turtle Run, could give me a perception check here to see if you pick up something specific about this. That's going to be hard to beat.
See the rolls, boys.
Yeah. So we're looking to beat the 27, if possible.
Ooh.
All right. Obak, you're the first one maybe to waken to the sound of Harold kind of, that same panic kind of screaming in his sleep. And as your eyes just as your eyes kind of like open up and you kind of look around you, half asleep, half awake in this moment, you see what looks like a massive shadowy figure that is now hunched, kind of hanging over Harold. And as you kind of like look to kind of spring to action, right? The whatever figure it was causing some alarm for you, Obak, as you kind of like, reach for your weapon, like to spring to your feet, you kind of look back and it's gone. And the room is kind of back to normal, and the fading kind of light of the fire is still there, just enough to kind of provide just a bit of shadow. And maybe just, maybe you're still kind of half asleep. Maybe, the shock of the wake up was just kind of put you, maybe you're not entirely sure that you saw what you saw, but You did see it. So
Obak will kind of just shake his head, trying to, clear it. Was that real? Was that not? And he'll kind of just like shuffle over to Harold and say, "Boy, you have to stop with this. Ruining our sleep is going to ruin, well, I'll leave it to your imagination." Having
4
way
days.
less
4
sympathy than he
days.
did last time.
4 days. 4 days.
Mastodon, your boy's broken.
That is not my boy.
I
I'm gonna
I
lightly
think we
slap
should.
Tommy's face.
I think we
Lightly
should hear
slap
him
his
out.
face.
I think we should hear him out. Why? What's going on, Harold? Why do you keep saying 4 days, man?
Another dream.
Another dream
The
of what?
same dream. The same man.
What did he say? What's going to happen in 4 days?
Harold will kind of take a big gulp. Say, sure, was the wording my doom?
your doom. Well, you could say like our doom in this moment, right?
Yeah, okay.
Referring to you all.
Our doom. We have 4 days to reach the orb. I can't say anything else.
Yeah, I thought we already knew that.
No, this is different. It's a dream, but it's not a dream. I've had this dream before. I woke up in my study. I was writing. It was comfortable. But then the same figure came to me. In fact, we saw him. We saw him with the Wolf Rider. He was the one above us. Do you remember
So,
with the claw? It's the
I do
same.
remember.
The same guy.
so he's looking for the same thing we are.
It doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem that way. It seems like a warning.
Kids having night terrors. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yep, agreed.
You've gotten enough rest that you have the benefits of the long rest you've been given. But in this moment, you're awoken a bit early. Still a bit dark outside, but you are awake. And, with a quick kind of check, maybe one of you opens the door and kind of peeks your head out to kind of get a feel for the land around you. The city sounds quiet, right? Doesn't sound like there's much on the move, so to speak. So you could take advantage of the opportunity of the early start, despite, the sudden awakening, to make your way out and into the city itself. Or you could wait till proper sun and the daylight to offer a bit of a clear path. So, what do you all want to do?
I say
I'm
we
happy
leave.
to move under the cover of shadow. I think that will work in our favor generally.
Agreed.
Yep. I'm moving very cautiously, knowing there's somebody following us, Trill. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah.
Now I'm paranoid.
Okay.
Now you're scared.
Okay. So, you all get ready. Put a stop to the the smoldering fire that remains, and you start making your way out and into the city, following following the initial plan forward. So, based on the map, you don't really know exactly what you're walking into, but you are attempting to kind of use it to your advantage, right? The early start. So you start to make your way through the city streets, and everybody here is trying to be quiet, so I'm gonna need stealth checks all around. Okay.
My God.
Gregor, Obak, Turtle Run. The three of you, as you make your exit out of the safe house and start back on the path that was laid out before you. You three
I'm
are moving.
paranoid now.
Yeah, you're moving quite quiet. Right? You're using the natural skills you may have attained, either from where you grew up or your chosen kind of profession in general. Gregor especially, right? You're, if
I'm out here, bro.
yeah, and you're moving in such a way that it like maintains a consistent level of stealth. Even the people who you're traveling with will occasionally kind of lose you amidst, kind of using advantage of the rubble, kind of, one place to the next, always kind of attaining cover and, keeping very quiet. Harold, a bit shaken up. I mean, you're mostly quiet, but not, you're not on the level of the others as they kind of move forward with this precise stealth to them. Macedon, I'll let you describe to me like why it is Macedon is particularly unstealthy in this moment.
Well, he's a big guy. He's got some pretty heavy armor on.
Yeah.
He's not the kind of guy who's, I would have taken the back alley, but I'm not gonna fucking tippy-toe walk in the back alley either. And plus I got woken up again. I don't like that, dude.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Also, we'll say that also. I mean, you made the decision, right? You're gonna bulldoze through this fucking place.
Yeah,
right?
we're going through, and I have
yeah.
hustle up. Like I'm like, come on, muster it up. Let's get there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, despite the attempt at stealth, Macedon, it seems you've chosen to just bulldoze your way through this place, get to where you need to go, and that is the mentality that Macedon has as he moves forward. And it does, generally give away your position if there are, any in the area that are listening and paying attention. As of this time, you're not entirely sure if that is the case. You continue along. I'm gonna say we'll do a second check here. Gregor, Obak, and Turtle, if you could all give me perception checks specifically. You're been able to maintain that stealth, and so I'll say because of it, you have first opportunity to see what lies ahead. So,
1 second.
yeah, you'll need to beat a 20, or Obak is running with this one. And you do so. Okay. Well, that's stealth. What's your perception bonus? There's a perception check.
Oh shit! It's +8. My bad.
+8, so this will be -3. So it would still be more than like if you use the 16 plus 8, right? So, so yeah, I'll say that Greg, you're the first to see. And I think maybe best to just do it like that. Right. So, see. Are you able to see anything?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, absolutely, we do, buddy.
So, we'll say that this is currently where you're located. So if you can see the shield of the party. That is where you're at. As you look up ahead, you can see there are creatures, some heavily armored, others, or rather, there are 3 that appear to be heavily armored. Does not seem like they see you in this moment just yet. So you're currently still undetected to them. But yeah, there are 3 shorter, but they look heavily armored. They've got a large shield. They look like they're wearing, a form of plate armor, right? They kind of, and they're not quiet about it either, right? In the same way that Mastodon was, these soldiers also kind of clink and, you know, rattle as they move around. These three are smaller and they're much heavily armored. The one in the middle, though, however, is much larger, very kind of brutishly sized. You can see kind of hanging off its back, it has a massive, almost patchworked type of great axe. A huge kind of cleaving blade sits across its shoulders with a massive kind of club attached to the opposite, you know, as the handle. Yeah, much larger, much taller, bigger, much more dense, muscular. It looks like it is standing at what would have been at its time an old well, potentially dried out, but it's standing and is looking down into it. The other three just kind of seem like they're on guard, right? Kind of just standing and looking around. I'll say intuitively, those of you who've studied the map, so Gregor, Obak, and Mastodon, you three know that this was noted as something, but again, the specifics of what this type of place is not entirely known to you.
And have we been spotted yet?
No, you are currently undetected. Yeah, but if you decide to do anything blatantly, you know, it'll be like they'll notice you, right?
Okay.
So,
I'll whisper to the group, as long as I'm out of earshot of the enemies. If we can get a little bit closer, I can distract them.
Well, you sure you want to? I mean, surely we can at least try to sneak around, no?
I don't see a path where we can sneak past.
We could attempt to sneak past that in this alleyway on our left, but they're probably gonna spot us.
Trill, is there like I have a climbing kit and like a grappling arrow in mind, like taking that into account, could I roll something to see if there's a method we could take, or no?
I mean, I'll say you have the intuition that you could potentially, you know, right, like put something here, you know. Let me change my color to a bit something more obvious to be seen on the map real quick. 1 sec. We'll just go like a high red. All right. Yeah, you could potentially put like, you know, something here, a rope, maybe climb up and kind of, you know, sneak your way atop the roof to the opposite side. But it would be dependent on just how well you get that done, right?
Yeah. What could I roll for that?
I'll say you just have to make a general attack roll.
Attack roll?
Yeah, and I'll move this for a sec. We'll put Harold up front. Move, you know, as kind of needed where we are. And let me move you all back more. There we go. So.
Okay. I'm going to, are you all okay with climbing past this?
We're gonna get detected. I'll go last. If you all make it, perhaps I can too, but if that doesn't work,
I could also, I could also shift like into some sort of rodent and scout ahead for a bit, but I don't know what good that would do.
At least all of us who aren't best suited for close combat, if we do get detected, we'll be able to go up there and fight from a range.
Perhaps, perhaps, Turtle, I kind of point over here, you could make some noise in your rat form. Maybe move a brick that might tumble some of these things while they're making an attempt to climb. It might create a long enough to diversion. And if we get detected, then I'm gonna throw everything I got at this little mutant right here.
I have a spell for that.
Yeah, if we all focus.
Yeah,
So,
I could try that.
Plan A, rat makes diversion. Those who have range can climb. And if all goes to shit, we dump everything at this one.
Trill,
What do you
how
think?
long do I have roughly?
To get that done,
Yeah.
I mean, it's your skill. Let me see. It tells you.
I know
believe.
it's it's like two turns but in
Well, I'll
out
check
of
it
combat,
last.
I mean.
Let's see. You can polymorph into any form listed in the pest form, which lasts 10
Yeah.
minutes. So
10
if
but yeah, like out of combat, I mean. How long is that?
10 minutes is like, I think like 60 rounds. So plenty of time to do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Wild shape.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, go ahead and cast it. Pest form. There you go. So, a rat, basically.
Yeah.
All right.
Real rat-like creature.
Oh yeah, animal form. Pest form. There you go. All right. So,
I'm gonna make my way.
Yeah, like it's little. That's funny.
Yeah.
It's little baby fucking. avatar.
I'm gonna make my way through here and then into this little bush right here,
okay.
like a fucking rat.
Yeah.
And then go over here and do I detect anything I can, like around here in this rubble, maybe?
Sure. Yeah, so I'll say give me 2 checks here. First, give me a stealth check and give me a perception check. So I'll give you I'm not sure if your pest form gives you a bonus to your stealth. I believe it might. Yeah,
My
that's
stealth
perfect. Yeah, perfect. Well enough.
and perception.
And perception. So see if you can perceive anything else, right? Because yeah, again,
There you go.
this is just what the others and what you've been able to see from over here. As
Yep.
you kind of, split further along up ahead of the group. With a 25.
And I see this guy in the middle,
Yeah, you see them all. Yeah, you see all these 4. It doesn't seem like they have eyes on you or have perceived you in the way that you've kind of done them. But I'll say with the 25, you feel pretty confident that it's just these 4. You don't think that there's any others kind of hiding around a corner or anything like that. Yeah, you feel confident in that. So
Okay,
and I'll say since you were able to watch him change and then essentially just watch him the entire time, you've been able, at least Gregor and Obak, you've been able to kind of keep eyes exactly where Turtle Run is in his rat form.
As he scurries off, Obak's gonna draw his pole arm and hold it at the ready just in case.
What? Okay. Am I flanking right now? All 4 of them?
I don't know what you mean by flanking. I'd say that
Like-
because they're unaware of you, you're probably off-footed, like flat-footed to you.
What about surprise attack? Would I have surprise attack on them if I was to get in combat with them right now? Like advantage?
No advantage. I'd say you'd have like a circumstantial bonus to hit, but not like a advantage in that you get like to roll 2 and take the higher.
Right.
Yeah. So, but the intention, I think, right, initially was to kind of try and cause a bit of a
Yeah. No,
distraction.
that's still the intention. I'm just wondering, like, yeah. Okay.
How do you look to cause a distraction in this moment?
So this rubble over here is it like torn down, this building, or?
Yeah. A lot of these buildings, I mean, they're still standing, but a lot of them are not in great shape, right? A lot of them are rough, so rubble all around, old crates that have been, smashed to pieces. I mean, yeah, it looks like a a city that hasn't had people in it for quite some time.
The problem is I'm still a rat. Like I can't move bricks or like
A
move-
rat can
move
headbutt
pieces
a
of
single
wood,
brick,
right?
you know.
Yeah.
A rat can headbutt a single
get a
brick,
fucking
right?
get a run up ready. Fucking
Yeah,
just
like
dive into it.
a rickety scaffold for
Yeah,
sure, dude.
yeah.
Ram that shit.
Love it.
Oof. Didn't think about this too.
You could just roll maybe like deception to see if you just can do anything. Maybe depending on the roll, kind of just will inform like what you're able to get done.
If I was to go human form now, would they see me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you're effect like where you are now, like you're amidst the rubble. But I mean, if you come in the human form, you're gonna expand, right? So you're gonna cause a noise by expanding back into your normal size, but also you're basically like out against the wall of a building that is what the wrong one. Whoops.
Like 15 feet away from him.
Yeah, right. You're right there. You could also just return and be like, you know what? Didn't find an angle for it.
I'm not risking anything. Like,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
You don't
I
risk it for the
scouted them
biscuit.
out. I can't really do anything here.
So
I'm
not
gonna
wanting
follow
to-
the same path back.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll use the same stealth check. You've been able to make it by them without much. And so when you return, do you transform back?
Yeah. There's nothing I could have done. If I was to go back to human form, they would have spotted me. There's 4 of them. Not anymore. For sure. That's all the information I could get.
The rat has failed. Why didn't you push a brick with your head?
I'm not headbutting a brick. Dude.
If
The
we
rat
still
has
need a
failed.
distraction, I can help.
I'm about to dump 2 javelins in this one unless we do something quick.
All right, give me a chance. Let me get the grappling arrow up.
All right. So grappling arrow.
Just deploy the tech, Harold.
Deploying technology. Tura, just to make sure, can I use ghost sound to recreate the voice that I hear in my dreams?
Yeah, you
I
could.
know I can't make words or intelligible words, but just I want to use that voice to for the spell.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna. How do we do this? I'm gonna cast. So what's the range on this?
Yeah.
I have a 60-foot range.
Yeah. So it's from where you are.
Yeah, so I can. Okay. Not ideal. I need to move up a little bit more. I'll say that to the group. I'll say I need to be a little bit closer before it can give us a distraction. Can I make a stealth check or something and try and move up a little bit more?
Sure. Yeah, I'll say because it is a pretty tight space. Yeah.
Alright, this could go really badly.
You asked for it, dude. I might have just let you just make. I might have just let you do it without asking.
Hey,
Yeah. With an 11, I'll say there's a moment where, as you're stepping, maybe a piece of rubble, like your foot goes down in the wrong spot, and you kind of knock over a small stone, right? A kind of small stone pile, and
Sure.
it does kind of slip. But it's much louder to you than it is to the rest of them, right?
Yeah.
It's just that moment, like, oh fuck, but
yeah.
you figure it out.
Pause for a second and then I'll move up. Let's see, if I move up next to Gregor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move up right next to Gregor.
Don't blow up the spot.
Right.
and then I will cast Ghost Sound using the voice of my dreams, just kind of shouting or maybe screaming unintelligible words, and I'll cast it. Can I show you the area where I'd like to cast it? I'm not sure how to do that.
Put your mouse where you're wanting to, and then just left click and hold down.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it somewhere around here, so where you've kind of marked. That's fine.
Okay, absolutely. All right.
And I'll use Ghost Sound.
Go sound. Perfect. So, emanation was where you can't create a word. Sound. Music. Okay. Yeah. So.
Kind of as I'll cast it, I'll give the signal like now.
Fair enough.
As soon as the screams echo out.
Yeah. So the screams do echo out, and quickly in that moment, what happens is the two soldiers are going to immediately kind of converge on its space, right? As the sound kind of picks up. All four of them are now focused in this direction, so they have their back towards you. You know, they're completely focused on whatever that sound was, and these two are going to kind of like rush forward, and you can hear them kind of speaking. It seems like they're speaking about like what exactly is happening, what they're able to see, because the big one is like nasty kind of guttural kind of language, speaking out directly to them, like ordering them, based on the energy that you get. And I'll say that even this one probably like kind of moves up a bit too. But they're like, these two are obviously confused. These two are obviously confused and unsure exactly. Like they're kind of looking around this stone area, trying to explain it to the boss, so to speak. So I'll say that you've effectively deceived them into kind of trying to figure out what this is. They do seem like they're on guard though now. They have their weapons and shields drawn. Even the big one has now pulled the massive great axe off his back, and is kind of like taking a step closer to figure out what exactly is happening up in this area, kind of questioning the other two in an angry tone. So wanting to potentially use this to your advantage. Is this now when you attempt to make this shot, Gregor?
Yes.
Okay. Go for it. So the way you'll do this, it's basically like a general attack. Yeah, so 25. Yeah. Use the grappling arrow. Shooting it up. Seems like it has effectively hit. There's a rope attached to it, right? So it hits. Doesn't seem like it's caught their attention just yet. They seem still focused in on this like magical sound and scream that kind of emanated from this area. So if you're attempting to sneak on by, there will be two checks here. There'll be a stealth one, and there'll be an athletics or acrobatics one to climb that rope.
All right. Who wants to go? Anyone want to go?
I'll go.
Range should go first, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, you'll be able to climb. You rush over, but roll me a stealth check to see if you're able to do this without gaining attention.
Ah, shite.
It's tough.
Ah!
Oh
Ooh.
my god, you lose.
Well,
So, because the athletics check is so good, you run over and immediately start climbing up the rope, but you do so in such a way that is completely exposing your position, right? Like you do it at a extremely loud. You rush over, you start to climb, and I'll say, like, as you do so, you're in such a rush and such a hurry that there are some boxes where the rope is hanging down, that you kind of crash into, and then you just kind of jump up and start climbing up the rope. I'll say that in this round, you're able to make it across and you're at the top, like kind of pulling yourself just up, because your athletics check is so good. But for everybody else, we're gonna have to roll initiative. So,
Oh, my bad.
including you, I guess. Yeah, but it's so much noise. They all kind of turn, immediately recognizing, like, what this is, and yeah. So everybody, go ahead and roll initiative as you wish. And let me get some music going.
Gonna try to like
Okay.
hide behind that rubble a little bit, getting ready.
All right.
Just looking at my proficiencies to see if I can do anything with them.
Oh, I'm gonna use the washroom real quick. 2
Yeah, yeah.
seconds
Nah,
before we start.
Not
Yeah, nah, dude.
Yeah, screw it. Here we go.
All right. So. Perfect. So. As we begin. Let me see. When is turtle run? Turtle run is in the middle, so yeah. We'll assume that it'll be his turn. Like, you know, you'll see what's happening. So as we jump into combat, the large one immediately kind of puts out this call, this order in the direction, right? And it's very obvious what the intention is here, like what the intentionality is. This one is telling them to attack. This one is going to use its first action to step forward. It is going to move its full 25 feet. So it's going to get to here. And then it is going to stand there. And it is going to we had an action. And it is going to raise the shield. And yeah, it is going to stand there at the ready, like a heavily armored creature with the shield forward, with the blade just steady. Actually, we'll say it'll use 2 actions. It'll move here, like use 1 action, the second action to move there, and then the third action will be to raise the shield. So that'll be all of its actions. Gregor.
So I already have my bow out, right?
Yeah, I'll say you already had it out. And there you go. Should be full.
Alright, we're gonna do
Alright.
twin shots. Sorry, it's good. How do you target someone again? It's Alt?
You hover over the one you want to target and hit T.
Okay, I'm going to use Hunted Shot.
Okay. Take
I'm
2
sorry,
quick
wait.
shots.
Is it Hunter's Aim that I use first or Hunter's Shot? Yeah. Can I use Hunter's Aim first?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then Hunter's Shot?
Yeah.
Cool.
So make a range against your hand spray and striking in a +2 to the attack roll. Yeah, so if it hits, you'll get an additional +2. And then you take 100 shot. So first one does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm back.
And this should be with an additional +2 because of the
6, right?
Yeah, so it'll be 6. So we'll say take damage, it'll take 4, and then it'll take half. It'll take 6.
Then I make another attack roll.
Yeah, and then the second attack roll is at the second map. And that'll just be whatever you roll. That one, unfortunately, though, the shield is up. The arrow kind of fly out and hit into the shield. And quickly the hobgoblin kind of soldier will rake its blade across the shield, just kind of cutting the shield, the arrow out and dropping it to the ground.
Gotcha.
All right, that's your 3 actions, correct?
Yep.
All right. So the big one is going to use an action. First to move over here, kind of stepping out into the fight. This will be full movement. It is going to point a hand. So 1 and 2 Harold, 3 and 4 Gregor. All right, let's focus on you, Gregor. It is going to point towards you, and it is going to mark you for death. So yeah, point you out, And immediately, this big one just kind of solos you out amidst the group, and you know that there is an intentionality here.
Do I feel like a dread?
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's got the weapon drawn. Yeah, I think he's going to stand waiting.
Gregor feels the malice.
Yeah, you feel the malice. Exactly.
Oh my god, an additional 1d12. Oh no.
So the other one is going to just rush over to its master side. So it's going to use all 3 actions to move, and that'll be 75 total. So it's going to move, we'll say 25 here, and then 20 here. Then I guess as its final action, it'll just do the same as the other, raise a shield, as its final action. As it steps forward, kind of guarding the side of the massive one as it brings its shield up. Turtle run.
Bathroom.
Okay.
Wow.
No, I think he's here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here. Okay. I'm gonna use entangling flora on this executioner.
Okay.
Shit. Hold on. Target. There we go. Okay. So it's 120 feet range, so I'm in range, and then it's a 20-foot burst around him.
Yeah. So, you can place the 20-foot burst. So if you click it,
Yep.
it'll allow you to place exactly where you want it to go.
Place it right here.
Okay, so it catches the other one as well. All right. So plants and fungi burst out and quickly grow and entangle all creatures, all surfaces in the area. So this whole entire area, is difficult terrain, even for everybody else. Each round that a creature starts its turn in the area, it must attempt a reflex save. It takes a -5 foot circumstance penalty to its speed until it leaves the area. On a critical failure, it's also immobilized for 1 round. Okay, so it's so on their at the start of their next turn, if they start in it, then they have to make the save. Okay. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, so you use 2 actions to burst out the entangling floor. It does kind of spring up. To what effect, it's not entirely clear, but
And then I'm gonna use movement and move right there.
perfect. All right.
It's 30 feet.
Perfect. All right. So last act. All right. So the other one will, now seeing the fauna and such, will also look to kind of join the fray. It's gonna do 25 feet here, 25 feet here, and then same action, raise a shield. There we go. All right. Harold, you're atop the roof, so none of this stuff at the bottom has any effect on you currently.
Right, okay. I would like to... Let's have a look here. First of all, I'm gonna grab my sling and cast runic weapon on it.
Mm-hmm. So, here. That'll be you, and it'll be on your sling, like you said. There you go.
Yeah. Cool. and then I'll attempt to strike from the top of the building onto the smaller hobgoblin.
Okay. Go ahead and target. Take a swing.
Assuming it's... No, that's not right. Oh, here we go.
Nice.
Does hit. Go ahead and roll 9 points, absolutely. So, using the angle to your advantage, you cast magical weapon on, or runic weapon, sorry, on the weapon at hand, and then quickly kind of tossing in a stone. You kind of, take a few charge up kind of swings, and then you just throw down the stone, and the creature's not looking even up at you, right? It's focused on this alleyway and the rest of these individuals down here, so it has its head pointed down. The heavy stone comes down and strikes right on top of the crown of the creature's helmet with a loud ring. It seems to have gotten like a pretty significant effect out of the creature as it kind of, stands there like momentarily kind of, swaying.
Nice.
So, is your 3 actions?
Yep.
Mastodon, what?
Alright. I'm gonna use my full movement for the turn. Come right here. Target this loser. And put a big one on him. With the great sword. Am I flanking as well? Will automatically detect?
You're not, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it will automatically detect if you were. That does hit. As he raises the shield. Okay. So, as a reaction, okay, up to the shield's hardness, which is 3, and then the rest goes to the shield. Okay, so, creature is going to block this as it has it's going to react. So its reaction is going to be posted, shield block, and it is going to block the attack.
So it took no damage.
Sorry, let me do it right now. So there we go. Yeah, the shield absorbs 3, and a bit of damage makes it through the shield.
So the shield has its own little HP pool then. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like, so as you slam into it, you are able to kind of cleave through part of the shield. So there is a large kind of splintering crack down the middle of it now, as it's definitely not in the same strength. And some of the damage does get through, right? Just the creature, like the sheer force of this blow, as it kind of stands there and tries to, like absorb it, is too much for the creature, as the heaviness of the attack kind of goes through and draws it like off balance.
I'm gonna see what happens the first time and look at the little troll rat thing and smirk, and then I'm gonna pull my great sword again, and this time I'm specifically looking and aiming for the middle crack of that shield. I'm trying to cut that fucking thing in half, basically.
Okay.
Might catch an arm too,
Fair enough. Alright. Fortunately.
Damn.
Damn,
Did anyone see that dice roll? Fucking.
just missed.
The second one, swings through, and the creature, despite taking like absorbing the damage of the first one, will kind of dip its head low as the swing just kind of cuts overhead. Perfect. All right, that's 3 actions. So.
Yep.
Obak.
Will immediately go into a rage.
Perfect.
And then he'll kind of, as Mastodon kind of charged on ahead of him, Obak will kind of follow behind in his flank and run past him here, kind of feigning that he's going past the one that Mastodon targeted, but will actually hit it with a big backswing.
Perfect. Yeah. Since it's already used its reaction to shield block, it does not have the attack of opportunity as you rush by. So.
Oops.
There it is.
Where did your token go? Oh, you.
I think
It's-
it just pulled me up. Where
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Alright.
Then strike that sucker.
Does hit. Just narrowly. And so. Damage, let me see. Okay. Perfect. All right. Yeah, it cannot block this one. So, the creature will take the full brunt of the damage as you rush past and kind of quickly turning, stopping, and with a heavy swing, you catch your Gasarm into the back of the creature, just cleaving right through it, and it falls immediately
Hell
dead.
yeah.
Loser.
Man,
All right. So, you have one more action, I believe.
No.
No?
2. Rage was 1, and then sudden strike
yeah.
was 2 actions.
Correct. Perfect. All right. So, next round.
Why would you be honest, dude? Should have taken it. You know what I mean? Oops, your mistake.
Let's see. Let's remove this participant. So, there we go. Gregor.
All right, I'm gonna target the executioner,
The big one.
the piece of shit. I'm going to.
Gregor. I thought it was. It's not.
It was the other creature, but it died. So, it's out of the
Oh.
initiative.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see. My bad.
All right. So, Hunter's aim. Shot. Oh. First
Getting a
shot.
crit here. Getting a crit here.
Unfortunately, it misses.
I don't have a crit
19
here.
misses. Oh my god.
The short arrow.
Oh,
Oh no.
His ass is not a ranger.
Yeah, you go to target this large, like, as it stands amidst the, the sudden burst of life underneath its feet, right? Kind of holding it, attempting to at least entangling it up, and you attempt to kind of use this moment of, like, flat-footedness to blast off these 2 quick shots. And as you do so, both spring towards, and just as they're about to hit, this massive one just lifts up the head of the great axe and kind of uses it as a shield, as both arrows just kind of splinter off it and kind of miss without causing any harm.
rough.
So, all right, so that's your actions, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the big one has to make a reflex save here real quick
He does.
to determine
Yeah,
just how.
he fails, dude.
Could I just clarify whether or not the grappling hook is still?
It's still
attached to
there.
the rope?
Yeah.
Still the
And,
rope's still
yeah,
there.
the rope is still here. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
You could
Um,
Batman your way down if you had to, buddy.
It does beat it. So,
God
with the
damn.
way, so with the way this works, reflex saving throw. Let me just make sure. So all surfaces in the area are difficult terrain. So that means that, okay, so it doesn't take the minus 10 foot. It just has difficult terrain here, which is means that it is sorry. Means that it is like double to move, like double cost. But yeah, this one is going to lumber forward now at this time. So it is essentially half. So it has to use 1 action to get. So that's 10, 20. It's got 25. So it's 10, 20, and then 5. So 1 action to get here.
A reflex save too, though, right?
It already made it. Yeah, it made it.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, just barely, but it made it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It'll use a secondary action to take a 5-foot step, just closing in. And then, yeah, it is gonna go for a heavy swing.
Oh shit.
And you are still marked for death. So,
Oh.
That is a crit.
Fucking no.
GG, boys.
No.
Oh,
That's
Oh my
28.
Oh my god.
And because you're marked for death,
Oops.
Yeah, you're just
it's an additional
1d12.
Damn, I really thought that that was including the mark for death.
No.
me too, dude. What the hell?
I have 1 HP.
This guy hits 28.
Oh my god.
I don't know why I just rolled. Oh, okay.
So, no, I had you picked, sorry. But,
Oh, okay.
You're still standing with the massive hit as it just rushes forward, this heavy great axe swinging with a huge, just, you know, the sound of it kind of moves the air, and it slams into you, immediately kind of breaking through whatever guard you would have, kind of cutting and slicing you open. You're still standing, although how it is a complete miracle, but you still are standing as the creature just kind of stands now kind of over you, and kind of says something that you're unable to understand, but it has like a cocky nature to its
Get him off of me!
yeah. So this one kind of shaking off the cobwebs, seeing what it can do after getting the heavy strike to the head. This one also has to make a entangling floor check, so this one has to make a
Pretty sure you killed that one.
not informed. So wow.
Oh my god.
So,
Like it's nothing.
yeah, so it's half again. This one will move forward as well. So it'll be 10, 20, 25. So that's one action. Second action here. And then third action will just be to take a strike at
The young turtle.
yeah, the young turtle with a longsword in hand. And they'll miss. So they'll come,
loser.
look to swing at you, but hit nothing but air. And it is now your turn.
Oh, that puts a damper on my plan. Because he's right up onto me.
Yeah.
You had to hold him, he brought the hands.
What are we doing? Turtle run.
I mean, I can't really run. That's the problem.
Oops.
You could do something to, you know.
We
Well, you can run. They don't necessarily get an attack of opportunity. You could
here
take
he
that
would.
chance.
He would here.
Yeah.
Not every wait, to say it like meta wise, not every creature has an attack of opportunity. Like attacks of opportunity are actually rare in the system. I'm not confirming if this one in front of you does, but typically they don't.
But this guy does, because Chill said last time that he can take an opportunity attack because he rose a shield, so he definitely still has one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You should let him figure that out, dude.
Hey, pay attention.
I said,
Hey.
I literally said that. He has an attack of opportunity. I
Maybe,
can't run.
you know, you never know.
I literally can't run. That's what I've been saying.
Hey,
I
give it
mean-
a shot, find out, you know.
I mean, he missed, so you might not hit, you know. Yeah.
Do we know how much HP they have?
Roughly, it's not much, dude. Hit that loser.
Not too
With a
much.
big one.
Let's say it was 2 attacks, one from Mastodon and one from Obok that killed one outright. And this one has already been hit, so
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
body.
Alright,
that
I'm gonna gouging claw. Gouge its eyes out.
okay.
Get his fucking eyes up.
Yeah. Piercing
I'm
or
gonna
slashing?
go, yeah, slashing. Definitely gouging its eyes out.
Alright. So
Yeah.
make the attack. It'll be a base. That does hit, just barely. So gonna roll damage. And let's see. It doesn't have the shield in place, so it cannot. Yeah, it doesn't have the shield raised, so it cannot look to block this, so it has to take the full damage. Yeah, you rake with the slashing attack as your hand momentarily, right, shifts into a clawed appendage as you reach out and strike across. This creature is definitely very bloodied at this point. The crown of the helmet is still kind of indented in where the blow from Harold came from with the heavy stone. And now as you kind of scratch across, there's already blood kind of starting to pour out. The creature stands, but only just barely.
Okay. Can I move with... I didn't roll initiative on...
Shiny doesn't
Shiny.
have... Shiny works on your initiative. You have to spend one of your actions to get 2 actions with the dog.
Oh, that's right, that's right. And I still
Yeah.
have a move action. Okay.
Yeah, you still have 1 action, so you can use that to get the wolf to do something, which should also be healed
Yeah.
by the way. There you go.
He would get attacked there as well. I'm gonna leave him there for now. I'm good.
Alright. What's your final action?
Yeah. That's it. Done.
Oh, you're just not going to use a final action?
Yeah.
Perfect. Alright. This one is going to 5-foot step here.
I'll get my attack.
That'll hit. Gonna roll damage. Yeah, unprepared, so it'll take the damage. But step forward. So 1 action to step forward. 1 action to strike towards you. It'll miss with the long sword in hand, and then it'll raise the shield. Alright, Harold. Looking down at the battlefield, you see Gregor just obliterated, but still standing.
Yeah. What Harold's going to do is he's going to cast Grease, his hands splay out, and this mucky liquid is going to squirt, and he's going to aim it for the Executioner's giant axe to try and coat it.
Perfect. So, target 1 action, 1 bulk 1 or less. You cast on the intent. Anyone trying to pick up the object must succeed on an acrobatics or reflex against your spell DC. All right.
Below that, there's some should be something for an attended object. Must attempt an acrobatics or reflex save.
Yeah. Takes a -2 circumstance penalty all checks and uses involving. So it'll be. All right. So yeah. So it has to make the reflex save or an acrobatics check. Let me see which one is better for this creature specifically. We're gonna go reflex. So it'll make the reflex save. Has to beat an 18. Okay.
Loser.
So it does have -2 circumstance penalty to all checks. So that'll be like -2 to hit and all that shit.
Yeah, nice. And then to round it out, Harold's going to cast Arcane Cascade. Having just used a spell, he diverts a portion of the power through his body.
All right.
And he'll end there.
Perfect. Macedon.
I am going to step over
Target the
here.
Executioner. What are we doing here?
Gotta take out the little ones first, man. Otherwise, they're just gonna be a nuisance. They still hit very hard. We have to get these little guys out of here as fast as possible.
You like how both of our frontliners just abandoned?
Everybody's spread out. I was in formation.
Yeah,
This
really,
guy's
it's
not
really it's a
supposed to be
spell that's
lit.
doing it, right? The spell
Yeah, of
here is
course.
kind of causing everybody to go fuck this. That'll miss, unfortunately. You go to
Gonna go
strike at the creature.
I'm gonna go ahead and give him another one, bud.
Oof.
You kidding me?
So you move forward, attack, and the creature, despite being heavily injured, has the shield raised and is, anticipating your moves as it kind of just, looks like it definitely has some training to it. So, Oba.
Alright, I will strike the one in front of me here.
Alright. Yeah. More than enough. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh wow, what?
Yeah, that's full damage. So it'll attempt to block, but I don't know if it matters. Let me see.
Loser.
Yeah, let's see. I'll attempt to block damage. Yeah, momentarily the shield catches the Gusarm, kind of stopping it in its tracks, but you just kind of take a moment to like really put your power behind it, and you just cleave through the rest of it and down the creature's kind of front face and jaw, just kind of splitting it right open.
And then Obak will swing around and sudden charge off in this direction.
Yeah.
Oh, why does it? Okay, good. And then get another strike in with penalty on the big. Oh, forgot to swap my target.
Yeah, that'll be a total of a 20 will not hit though, unfortunately.
Okay.
So you'll go swing at the creature, but yeah, it's got a great axe, and so it just kind of meets the Guisarm right. The heads of both weapons kind of ringing out as they strike against each other. Perfect.
Send it my turn.
All right. You will be subject to the effect next turn, so just a heads up, because you're starting in it. All right, Gregor. Battered, massive beast right in front of you.
I'm going for broke.
A fear that maybe it'll, you know.
We're going for broke here.
Are you switching your weapon? Because that will take an action.
Yeah.
Yep. So to release the short bow and, you know, like pull out the light hammer and short sword, will take an action.
Sure. All right, I'll do that.
Perfect. Okay. So drop the short bow, pick up the draw the light hammer, short sword.
Twin takedown.
Okay.
And I'll oh fuck.
Yeah, you gotta strike with it. Make 2 strikes with each of the required weapons. The bowhead combine with them.
Bro.
1 misses. Yeah, nah, a natural 1, that's rough. And the second one will definitely miss. So yeah, you go. Go in for broke, like you said. Your best. Yeah. And yeah.
My best just wasn't good enough.
Just wasn't good enough in this moment. So I'm gonna say, because of the natural 1 and the fact that 1 is a critical miss, I'm gonna give you a potential break here. Because Obak has looked so effective currently. Yeah. Because you look like you don't know what you're doing, right? But Obak has looked extremely effective with taking down 2 of those soldiers quickly, now rushing into the fray against the big one. So I'm gonna roll a d4 here. This is just giving you a break, but it's not necessarily right, like you know. So 1 and 2 on Gregor, 3 and 4 on Obak if he switches his focus. So actually, because we'll say it's 1 on Gregor and then 2, 3, 4 Obak.
There we go.
Yeah.
Those are the odds I like.
There you go. So it'll switch its focus, and it'll do the same. It will turn to you, and it will mark you for death. Kind of calling out with its hand outstretched, so it'll spend 1 action doing that. Second action will be let's see. Okay. So, second action will be to attack at you, striking in your direction. Oh wow. A natural 20.
Oh my god.
Oh, great.
So
Ouch.
take 22
Plus
plus
D12.
D12. Let me roll the D12. Additional 7 points.
Ouch.
And then I think it'll just make a third strike at you because you're more stout. What is sweep really quick? Sorry. When you attack with this weapon, you gain a +1 circumstance bonus to your attack roll if you've already attempted to attack a different target. Okay, so it won't get the sweep. So it'll take a second strike at you without sweep, but multi-attack penalty. Second one will hit. You'll only take the damage this time. So 17. Yeah, so both strikes. It just quickly turns its focus to you and just cleaves right through you twice. You're attempting to keep the grease arm up and just stop this from, you know, battering you down, but it is overwhelming with strength.
Block will kick at the unfamiliar ground beneath him and kind of swear under his breath, "Stupid fucking plants."
Yeah, yeah. So, did you have something to say, Harold?
Did the grease get taken into account? I know it probably doesn't change anything, but
It doesn't change anything, yeah. But it did take it into account. Because a natural 20 is a critical by over, it was apply plus 16, so even if we took that into account, it'd still be a plus 14, so it's still crit. And it was still a natural 20. And then the second one would have still hit by plus 5. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that, don't worry. I'm not screwing you over out of it.
yeah.
Alright. So, this one over here, still standing just barely. Gonna take a strike at old Turtle Run here.
Hey, you missed the first time, you know?
Oh god.
Hey, not this time.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Back to back
make
nat
up
20.
for it. Make up for it,
Make
you
up
know?
for it.
Nice.
Yeah, make up for it, you know?
You take 14 points.
Not bad.
Yeah. I think it'll do a second strike. No
Sure.
chance. Yeah.
Why not?
Low chance to hit here. Yeah, critically misses, so immediately makes up for the fact that it hits you well. And then final action will be to raise field. And Turtle Run, it is now your turn.
Okay. My guidance is 1 action. Right, yeah.
Indeed.
Who's next on turn rotation? Gregor?
Me. It's me.
Yeah, Harold. Oh, yeah, let me move some of these dead
It's-
participants, by
yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
There we go. So, yeah.
Okay, so it's Harold and then Gregor.
Harold and then
Harold,
Mastodon, then Obog.
Mastodon.
Gregor went first. Gregor starts at the top of the round.
Okay. Does Mastodon have...
I can
he
get
has
there,
30
bud.
feet. I'm gonna use guidance on Mastodon.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Use guidance on you.
Within
Whoa.
30 feet. Alright, so you get... Good. Alright.
It is... Wait. Do I
Oh wait,
have
he's
the
out of range.
Yeah,
You don't have the
no,
range. So, unfortunately... Or not guided. You'd have to move closer to guide him.
Okay, so then in that case, I'm gonna use Gouging Claw first on
Okay.
this guy, see if I get the kill, and then see if I can move.
Gouging Claw. Just misses. Actually, it misses because the target has his shield raised. As you go to strike, the slashing damage only skirts across the shield's face. A narrow miss.
Okay, I'm gonna use guidance on Gregor then. Or Harold. Yep, Harold. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. It's gonna be my turn.
Alright, so guidance on Harold. Yeah, we'll actually just use that first one. I'll drop it on. There you go. Alright. That's your 3 actions. Perfect. Let me see something about attacks of opportunity here really quick. A creature within the monster's reach uses a manipulate action or a move action, so you actually don't even have to move, you just have to do something that manipulates. And unfortunately for you, Gouging Claw has the manipulate trait, so it will use its attack of opportunity to take a strike at you.
15-foot range? Jeez. Oh, that one. Never mind.
Yeah. But it'll miss, so you're good. And it doesn't have a reaction anymore. So
I've been running hot, man, on these misses.
yeah.
Saved my life.
All right, Harold with Mastodon on deck. What is Harold doing?
All right, I'm gonna leap onto the rope, use my movement action, and try and land near this the little hobgoblin next to Turtle Run.
All right, because like fall damage is pretty big here, I need you to make me an athletics check just to see if you are able to keep a hold as you slide down. And I'll say it's easy. Yeah, perfect. So you're able to use your action to kind of essentially almost like fireman jump and ride down the rope.
Okay, and then I'm going to use Spell Strike with an unarmed attack.
Okay. I'll say if you're trying to get the benefits of flanking, you want to be here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you always want there to be like a thorough line between you and the
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. Use Spell Strike, and as I go to wind up a big left hook, lightning crackles through my arm as I use Spell Strike with Electric Arc, targeting both the Executioner and the Hobgoblin.
Perfect.
Is that an unarmed attack, by chance?
It is, yeah.
Oh my god. You need to tell me this stuff.
What do you mean? I did. I just said.
Nah, beforehand, but alright.
Hey, you know my
Okay.
character, dude. It's not my fault. You know.
That's what
Alright,
combat is for.
so,
You learn, you know. All right.
how does this work then with the Spell Strike? I use...
So just
I
make
first
it
cast the spell, right? Although I
Yeah.
use the strike first to determine whether or not it hits.
exactly. So try to hit with the fist attack first. If it does hit, then spell strike works. But
Gotcha,
I think you have to call it that you're doing it no matter what. So, so I think what happens is, if I'm not mistaken, with the way spell strike works, like you have to call it, even though it may just
Missed,
fizzle out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, making the roll. Hey, that's
Natural
Oh my
20.
god.
That's exactly what you
Crit
need.
this-
So
crit this
Amazing.
loser.
now
Okay.
you're using spell strike with electric arc. So go ahead and do the electric arc. Post it because you want to roll the damage from it too, because you're rolling damage from this and the electric arc. Yeah. So,
How do I target more than one?
so the way it works
Shit,
is, I think it's control or
I just
shift.
clicked and it worked. Yeah.
Yeah, shift, like hold shift and target. the two.
Should I have? I need to select them both before doing electric arc. No, just
No, because I just do the reflex save. But what you need to do is to roll damage. On the unarmed attack, the critical first.
all right.
And then you need to do critical for the unarmed strike.
Oh, damage. Oh, I click critical.
Yeah,
Okay, redoing those.
there you go. Okay, so this one is wrong. This one is right. Okay. So the way this works is the first one will take the 10, and the electric arc is just kind of overkill as you hit this creature like in the perfect spot, breaking through the armor. You hear something inside the creature snap, and the electric arc does shoot out and kind of like shock the body momentarily, and then it arcs off and goes to hit the other one. So the other one has to make a reflex save here. It makes the reflex saves. It critically succeeds, so that means it takes damn. So if it critically succeeds this, then I think it takes no damage, right? So let me see.
Okay.
Basic reflex. P2, because basics are always supposed to be, even if you make it, you take half damage. Yeah, so you take no damage from the spell hazard effect that goes. Yeah, so with the critical success, damn, this guy is big, and it just seems like he's extremely durable. As like the electricity arcs off the smaller hobgoblin in front of you that you just laid low, and it does hit into this larger one, but it seems like it just kind of rolls across the large, like thick back of the executioner.
Curses. All right, that's my
Yeah,
turn.
rough. So, Mastodon.
All right.
With
Let's
Oba.
walk up. Let's walk up on this loser, dude. I think I just make it here. And let's fucking give it a rip.
Okay.
Let's give the great sword a big rip. And
Ah.
loser.
The rolls are
getting
just
killed out
yeah, the
here.
rolls are just so rough. So you miss.
You could see
Yeah.
see the anger in Mastodon's face now as I
Frustration.
continue to swing wildly with the
Yeah.
great sword.
The second one just narrowly misses
Oh my, come
because of the unfortunate map.
Sure, 22 doesn't hit. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
narrowly it misses. And so big swing.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for me, bud.
Unfortunate. All right. Oba.
So I gotta make a reflex save because of this stuff.
Yeah, you do, and you're looking to beat a 18.
Oh, easy peasy.
You fail it, so you. I know it's like the critical is much worse than the actual fail. Let me reread this. So now Turtle Run is actively causing difficulty for your fighting style, right? As you've now been into the fuck is this spell? Okay.
Could deactivate that.
Could, but you didn't.
It has to be
Unfortunately.
on my turn.
Yeah.
That's-
So on a failure, you take a minus 10-foot circumstance penalty to your speed until you leave the area. So basically, you're not immobilized, thankfully, but your total movement speed is down by 10. So whatever it is now, I think it's like 15 or 20. It's 10 or 5. But if you're still staying there, it doesn't matter, right? So
I'll continue to use my sudden charge.
okay. Sprinting around, looking to get
Man,
the
sudden
flank on.
charge. So annoying. I don't want to actually go here. There? Did it go? Okay. Very annoying. It like causes my whole character sheet to pop up and all
Oh, weird.
sorts of stuff that I don't want. Okay.
Do hit.
Nice.
Yeah, now flanked, right? Easier to hit.
Certainly helps.
16 damage, yeah, big damage, absolutely.
And then I will make a second strike.
Unfortunate. Second one. You hit it the first time, and it does get through, and it leaves like a large carving across the creature's chest. But, yeah. The second attack, it stands ready for it, and even though it has its back turned to both Gregor and Mastodon in this moment, as it focuses entirely on Obak. Yeah.
I will have gotten here actually. Still within my range.
Okay. Alright.
And that's kind of my turn.
Gregor.
Just gonna go for broke, man.
Yeah. Creature
What
looks
else could I do?
very lively. You could attempt to sneak away. I mean, it's turned its focus towards other.
Nah, we're going for broke. We're going for broke.
All right. Then.
Twin takedown. I'm getting a crit.
You're gonna miss, unfortunately. Yeah.
Ah, what? What?
A second miss.
Was that a nat 20?
No.
Oh no, it wasn't. Okay.
No, that was a 14. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my dude, it was like between. I don't know if you saw the same dice I saw, but fuck.
Okay. So. Both attacks miss. Creature stands tall. Alright, Obak, you've been the only one to continue you know, posing a threat to this creature. So
Yeah, gentlemen.
yeah. Okay, well you're thankfully avoiding potentially even worse than whatever this is going to be. You're still marked for death. Because this is so rough, I'm gonna say, like, you know, maybe the fact that you're a bit of distance away is enough to kind of, you know, give the creature maybe reason to turn and focus on those that are right directly up against it, even though it could reach you. So I'm gonna say we're gonna do 1 for Obak, 2 for Gregor, 3 and 4 for Mastodon. See if he switches his focus. He does switch his focus. So
buddy.
turns to Mastodon.
Get it, bud.
He's going to, you know the moves. He's going to mark you for death, and then take a big swing.
Sure.
Gonna crit.
Of course, why not?
Mastodon
Hey,
takes
everyone else has
26.
gotten crit by this.
Yeah,
fucking-
yeah.
It's only fair you get it too.
Yeah.
Plus a d12. Alright, so it's that much, and then I think it turns its focus to Gregor, and it's gonna take a second attack.
Finish the job. Really finish the job on that.
it's gonna do the sweep. It's gonna, with one swing, it hits Mastodon and continues to cleave through. And since Gregor, you're sitting right next to him, I think it's only, wow. So the
Fucking
swing
miss.
just overhead, just enough to just, you know, allow you a moment to just duck your head enough to just avoid the beheading that was coming your way. But you do. Turtle.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to Harold, and I'm going to lean forward to him with my both my index fingers,
Okay.
and connect with both of his index fingers, and then use runic body on him.
Okay. Runic body. So we'll drop some more
Nice.
on you.
As this happens, Howard goes, ah!
Yeah.
Really pumping you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. You're the one. You're the one to face down this
Fogged
big
up.
creature, dude. All right. So runic body. You got. Oh, you step forward. So 1, and then runic body 2. Okay, so that's your action.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep. Absolutely.
Feeling supercharged. Some say super something else. Harold.
Harold, just before warping through space, will shout Mastodon, and then he'll appear, having just cast Dimensional Assault behind the Executioner.
Okay.
I have the range. I can't actually do that because of the range. I
Half your speed. What is your speed now?
think it's 30, so
15.
15
You
is
could
not long
reach here.
I can reach there, can I? Okay.
Yeah.
It says I can't.
I mean, yeah, you can. So
Alright,
there you go. Yeah.
sure. So I cast Dimensional Assault. I've spammed it, I think, in chat. So I then make a strike.
Yep. So targeting the big guy.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Dude, what's with that
Unfortunate.
critical misses? Okay, and then I'll use the rest of my actions. I'm going to Spell Strike Telekinetic Projectile.
All right.
So what's going to happen is... Howard loads up a big one with the runes flowing through his body, and as he goes for this punch, with a slight delay, some object of small bulk, maybe a stone or something, is going to levitate into the air and prepare to launch at the Executioner afterwards.
Okay.
So I'll make the strike.
Yeah. So this strike will count for both, I believe. So if this misses, and that means the stone misses.
Yeah.
Okay. It hits.
We hit.
Roll damage on the unarmed attack first. It'll take 6. And then just click whichever one.
Yeah, so you said he was armored.
I'm gonna say for the sake of like meta stuff, none of these will make a difference.
Alright, sure.
Yeah. And then just roll down. Do that. An additional 10. Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. Nice, that's it.
Okay, perfect. So, Mastodon. Now flanked. This creature is now surrounded on all sides. Many of you damaged incredibly low. Others unhurt. Big hit. Very necessary. Go and roll damage.
That one.
Big damage, absolutely.
Oops, sorry, my mic was off.
Oh,
I'm gonna look at the sword again and I'm gonna say one more time, old sweetness.
okay. Unfortunately. Second attack will... Yeah, just too low of an attack. You swing, but he's already ready this time. Meets your greatsword with his great axe.
I'm gonna think to myself, I need it now more than I ever need it.
What a wonderful world.
Yeah, third one. Even though it's a good roll, just every time the map just creatures at
Hey,
the
we
ready.
got in there, you know? We got in there. We're
Absolutely.
active.
Absolutely. Let's go. I'll say at this point the creature's bloodied. So you've taken at least half. So, Oba.
Alright, I will do the usual.
Alright, rush forward.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. Very annoying. Yeah, there goes my strike. Let's
Critical
go.
hit. Roll
Very
damage.
respectful.
Very.
Oh my
32.
god. Big.
Huge damage.
Nice, and then just another strike. As I'll step around or zip around Harold, kind of using him to kind of cover my body as I come in with the larger first strike, but unfortunately unable to get that second one in.
Yeah, the creature roars with like an extremely pained expression as it throws its back, you know, as the heavy swing of the Guisarm kind of breaks through, shreds through the creature's, through the back. Huge open wound starts to bleed out. Alright. Gregor.
You know me, dude. I'm a little confused. Your switch attack strikes against your for the purpose of its resistance. Apply your multiple attack penalty to strike.
Yeah,
I
to
guess
each strike normally. So since this is the first attack, each strike normally. So you'll be able to attack normal with the first one. The second one will still have the -5. But if both attacks hit, they get combined for this purpose of resistance and weakness, which is, yeah, the higher number something is, the better. So the first one does hit. Roll damage on that one, and then the second one. Second one
Let's go.
does hit.
Let's go. Wrap it up, bud.
Gregor redeemed.
All right, so that's 11 points of damage rather than one by one. So what's that? I have to do that manually, I think. Or no, never mind. I can just do 6, and then 5. Yeah, you again. The creature turns and focuses on Obak, yeah, as it does so, you take advantage of that opening, even though you've been, you know, on your last stand this entire time, Gregor, since taking the first initial heavy blow from the creature. You take advantage of that opening, and then, you know, with a quick slam with the hammer and then a quick strike with the short sword, both attacks seem to pierce through and, you know, definitely get a reaction out of the massive beast. So, good shit.
I hear no bell.
And it is now creature's turn. Actually, I think you still have one more action, right? Yeah.
Doesn't Hunter? Oh, do it.
Oh wait, no, you did. You're doing Hunter's Aim and then Twin Takedown.
No, I didn't do Hunter's Aim. I didn't realize that I could fucking.
Yeah.
You got one more, bud.
Okay.
So
I'll
if
do. I'll just do another hammer strike, I suppose.
Well, no, this is just an additional +2, right?
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just checking what it said. I'll do
Yeah.
another hammer strike with that on the third tier of attack, I suppose.
Well, no. Because your 3 actions are both Hunter's Aim, and then
I
Twin
didn't
Takedown.
use. I'm not using Hunter's Aim. I didn't think I used it. I thought I just used the Twin Takedown.
Yeah, so you did Twin Takedown, which is 1 action, and then Hunter's Aim, which is 2. So the way it works is Hunter's Aim has to come before the attack, right? So you would have technically, you're doing it after the fact, but technically you would have done Hunter's Aim and then Twin Takedown.
Yeah. I'm saying.
Yeah, so you
You're
don't
saying
do
it-
you don't do an additional attack. What Hunter's Aim does is just gives you the additional +2 circumstance bonus if you do hit, and you did hit. So it's just
So you're
I just have
adding
to
2 damage.
yeah. So I just manually have to do
Okay.
-2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There we go. All right. So that's your turn. So then it is the creature's turn. Yeah. With that massive crit, I think it absolutely has to just doesn't even care about who it has marked currently. It is just going to focus on Obak with the swing.
Praying for Obok.
It just barely hits, just enough to hit. It actually hits specifically because of your rage. In this moment, you're overwhelmed, and maybe that rage behind giving you all the strength, Obak, is exactly kind of like what sets you off foot as the creature slams its great axe into you. Wow.
I live.
Still standing. I think it is going to. Harold also got a big hit in too. I'm gonna roll. We're gonna go straight random. 1 for Obak, 2 for Harold, 3 for Gregor, 4 for Mastodon. On the second attack, the first one had to be Obak because of the crit, but the second attack can be random. So
Sure.
1, 2, 3. So Mastodon on the second strike.
Nice
Yeah,
knowing you guys, you know.
This creature is just swinging for the fences. On all sides.
Sure,
Second one
of
does hit.
course. 30, why not?
Nearly a crit. Oof.
18 points.
I'm down
Mastodon
already.
is down. And then third is going to be, we'll do 1, yeah, because it's going to do sweeping. So it's going to be 1 for Obak, 2 and 3 for Harold, 4 for Gregor.
Can I use Selfish Shield in the moment I get hit?
In the moment you get hit, yes. But you still have 1
Sure.
HP. So you're not down.
I'm gonna use it anyway.
You use it anyway. Okay, so
I think it's just
You-
I think it just gives me 3 plus 3 back.
yeah, so it'll put you back up to 4 rather than. All right. Well then,
Yeah.
then I guess you're unfortunately added back to the rotation. So 1 for Obak, 2 for Harold, 3 for Gregor, and 4 for Mastodon.
Sure, bud.
All right. So Gregor, and it
Time
will
to
get
die,
the,
buddy.
it will get the
Time to
sweep.
die.
It's been cool, guys.
It's been real, yeah.
Oh god.
Fucking body you.
It just barely hits you,
1. Yeah.
and I think no matter what this is
Yep.
Gregor is down.
Good game,
So-
boys.
You're not dead yet.
Yeah,
You are
you're not.
dying. Yeah, you are dying. So, this is what you get to see. What you're
Oh
going through.
no. Oh no.
To
Oh
the
god,
shadow
not
realm.
the, not the souls again.
There's a final.
He's going honk. Me.
Yeah. Honk, me. Exactly. All right, Turtle.
Now more of a.
This creature stands, but it does so swayingly. I mean, it basically just in a moment, almost mimicking of Obak's rage, as it kind of just looked to swing at all directions around it, just trying to lay everybody who it is hit low. Mastodon still stands. Obak still stands. The creature still stands, although just barely. What's up?
I'm gonna use Scatter Scree on it.
Scatter Scree. Okay. You evoke a
Oh,
jumble
God.
rocks. Deal bludgeoning equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. To
Bludgeon
creatures in
is?
the area. So it says a 10-foot
Yeah.
line. So you need to stand somewhere specifically, because I think if you stand there and do it, you hit
Gonna
Harold.
stand
at
in
least.
front of. Yeah.
All right, 10-foot line. So you
Yep.
take the step and you do Scatter Scree. So it has to.
Put it right here.
Yeah.
Step right on the dead hobgoblin.
Yeah. So so it has to make a basic reflex save. So say it'll take half, even if it makes this. But let's see if it makes. Critically fails. So when you roll damage, roll critical.
Oops.
Or rather, if it only lets you roll normal.
Huge.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So it critically fails. So it takes. Okay. Wow. There you go. So, with that, I'm gonna say the creature is. When did that count? Okay, it's not putting the thing over it. For whatever reason, it's not. It's dead. Sorry. So if you could, describe Turtle how you put an end to this creature. There we go. What does
Yeah.
Scattertree look like?
So the rubble all around is gonna kind of lift up, and Harold is gonna be amazed because he can only get like a little pebble up, but I was able to get like the whole area up.
Yeah.
And it's gonna kind of launch forward and hit him right in his dumb face.
Okay. Yeah, and the rocks just just shoot forward, like miniature boulders, essentially, just slamming into the physique of this creature. And one hits on the side of its head, and it turns and it focuses in on you, like it's about to turn and just do to you what it has done to all of the others in your party. But the final rock, just with an extra amount of force behind it, Turtle Run, you just dig deep into your magic, and as you throw it forward, it collides directly into the center of the creature's face, and with like a sickening thud, you can hear that the stone embeds itself further, breaking through the face into the creature's brain, and with that, the creature falls, laid low at your hand. So,
Excellent work, Master Run.
all right, and with that,
Thank you.
this counter is over. Gregor's down. Because you're dying, I'm gonna say, with the way how this happens, I need you, Gregor, to make a recovery check. So if you click your, go to your character sheet, you'll see dying and wounded. You'll see like a small little die next to the dying to the left of it. I'll need you to make
Dying and
one. Yeah.
I'm not seeing that. Like I'm on the. Oh, I see.
Yeah. Where your health is.
Recovery check. Gotcha.
Okay, so you fail. So you're further into dying. You're dying 2. If you fail 2 more, you die outright. So
Do 2 more.
I'm gonna say that after this one, everybody has a chance to kind of step in and try to help and heal you and stuff. So,
can I use my? Are we still in? We're not in like
you're not in combat.
initiative.
No,
Yeah.
No longer. In
Can I use lay on hands will stabilize him, right?
Indeed, it will.
All right. So realizing that
Selfishly, yeah.
Realizing selfishly that Gregor was heavily targeted and I was right next to him, and that I need an extra body on the field right now, I'm going to target Gregor and lay the hands on him.
All right, put him roll healing. 12 points. And that's enough to bring you back. You're no longer dying. You are wounded, though. And if you could, Gregor, describe the wound that you have to deal with.
I have to deal with a gash by my ribs, and it's affecting the way that I walk. Because it hurts.
I'd like to toss this boy on the floor and say, here, wrap that up.
Perfect. All right. Toss some heal tools, Gregor. Yeah, Greg, you come back, right? From a moment you were hit, nothing but darkness, and then, right, you're back to the land of the living. So.
Thank you, Mastodon. I guess if I knew it was him.
Yeah, we'll say well enough, right? He's leaned over you, so you just assume.
Yeah, thank you.
Whilst they're tending to Gregor, can I go and rifle through the belongings of the goblins we've just killed?
Absolutely. Roll me a perception check as you check the bodies. We'll say Macedon and Gregor kind of focus right on this moment. Obak and Turtle.
Oh my god, he's finding big shit.
I'm not
This is a big
really.
one.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
looking
something juicy out of this loser.
Yeah, I'm not really looking to make rolls or like investigate him with the group right now.
All right, perfect.
Oh shit! It's the orb.
yeah.
Let's go home, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not that lucky, but you definitely find something very nice. Wow, I didn't. I just added this today too.
Nice.
I was looking at like, what if there's a natural 20? So actually, I'll just have to do it directly from your character sheet. So, what you find, I think it's under equipment. Let me see.
Thank God it wasn't Mastodon making that roll.
Seeing that Gregor recovers, Obak will kind of just, falling out of his rage, stumble backwards, finally realizing the amount of blood loss and just damage he incurred during that fight, and just slump against some of these boxes up here.
I'm just slumped up, breathing, all fucked up.
What's Chani doing?
He's with us, man. He's with the.
He hasn't done a goddamn thing, dude.
What would you have wanted him to do? He was gonna get attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I was aware.
Aso is defending the honor of his pet.
If we get hungry, I'm gonna eat that mutt, and I'm gonna hit
Yeah.
myself with a lay on hands too.
Yeah, you're just
boom, boom.
So, as you're checking over the bodies, specifically, you focus in on the big one, and you find two pendants hanging on the creature's armor. If you look, these are two consumables. They have a there are two talismans, I should say. They're affixed to the armor, and you kind of take them off quickly, recognizing just how valuable these are. The way these work, they're on your character sheet under consumables. They're called Crying Angel pendants. They probably don't have that same name, but essentially, whenever one of you attempts to make a first aid check to heal somebody, whenever you critically fail, you injure the person. What this consumable does is, if you critically fail, it'll change that critical failure into just a normal failure, so you don't injure the person. You just like fail to render medical.
Nice, and I'm aware of these consumables.
Yeah, you're aware of these consumables. Yeah, and there's two of them, so you're able to get two of them, as well as, so that's the nice stuff. The other stuff is in total. You're gonna find, and I'll put it on your character sheet and allow you to kind of parse it out as you please, but in total you're able to find 200 gold pieces.
Whoa.
That's scattered across all bodies, the majority of which coming from the large execution.
Nice. I will upon taking one of the pendants, I'll go and offer one to Turtle Run, knowing that he has skill with nature healing.
Thank you.
All right.
You hooked up all the gold.
I'm not sure. What's the case with the gold? I have all of it.
Yeah, because you're the one who checks all the bodies.
Okay, then I guess I'll divvy that up evenly between us. If it divides, how many have we got?
I can also add it to the stash.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, 200 gold pieces in the stash. And we'll remove...
Oh, hang on, wait. Can you go ahead and put 100 gold pieces in the stash? I'm gonna keep 100 on me.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. And then you're free to add 100 to your character. Or I can... Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. So, having laid low this creature, taking a quick look through anything of value. One thing else is the great axe is also the great axe the creature was using. It's not the most it's not the nicest looking thing by any means, but it based on how much it fucked you all up, it is certainly effective. So, and it has reach.
I'm rocking a 1d12. There is no better individual roll, right? For a two-hander.
No, there's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it has a 10-foot reach, and it is a giant weapon. That kind of sounds up my alley.
Yeah, you'll take the great
Does it have any like tags on it? Like other stuff it does?
What has
reach?
Has sweep, so whenever you attack multiple enemies, you get a +1 to your circumstance bonus. If you're attacking more than one target in one turn. But other than that, no, there's nothing else special about it.
Sure, I'll take it if it's also.
All right.
It was a D12 as well, is it?
It is a D12, yeah.
Cool.
I'll go ahead and add it then. Great axe.
Could I look for any like trinkets, like bottles and like leather scraps and rations off these losers? Or were they already searched?
They were already searched, yeah. What's it? Harold got it.
Realizing, that we have to trade with these fucking creatures.
Yeah.
I wonder if they take gold. I don't think we tried. We'll have to try. They gotta take gold, dude. Everybody takes gold.
Yeah.
Well, we really got ourselves in a pickle there, fellas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Battered, injured.
And we have to move on now.
Yeah.
Move forward. No choice.
Yeah.
Harold's gonna move next to Gregor. And what kind of state are you in right now, Shane?
Fucked up.
Okay, can I like sling your arm over my shoulder and support you?
Yeah,
while we
yeah,
move?
yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Nice. All right. So this is one of the big areas. There is a safe house up ahead, but you have to make it. So, you push forward.
We push forward.
Okay.
There's no time to waste.
Push forward.
Okay. So, deciding, yeah, you're very injured, and at this point, I'm gonna say it right. Like it's quite obvious that you need to make it to a safe house to kind of patch up the wounds and get ready for whatever's coming back. So, you continue to press on, passing by this open area. Yeah, not wanting to no more inspecting or anything like that, right? Just you got everything off the body, so that's kind of where the focus has been, and then you're moving forward, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, so you no more lollygagging, right? So those of you who are in better health, like look to support and kind of help the others who are in a bit rougher state, and you push on ahead. I assume that I think Harold took no damage that fight, so I think Harold is probably in the best of physical state at the
I think
time
I would
being.
need to like make a medicine check in this occasion, right? Or like a natural medicine
I just want to check
for
that
Gregor.
ASO has the pendant.
Yeah, I do.
You do, nice.
Yeah.
And then I could make the natural medicine for Gregor, right?
So are you trying to help? Are you trying to heal him?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, you can, before you go, because healing like that takes 10 minutes. So yeah, you can try to patch him up a bit further. I'm gonna say though, I think the person in worse state as the moment is Obak. I think Obak is down to a single health point.
Obak, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, so you
Shane
spend so you spend 10 minutes, right,
Yep.
before you head out. So
Before we head out.
Yeah, you're spending 10 minutes in this open place where you just had a fight. You're gonna try to heal up Obak. With the nature, so it's a 20 that does heal. Specifically, in the future you should
Think
use.
it's like considered. It's like automatically considered. One sec.
Yeah, there's a specific action you want to do here though. Treat wounds.
Yeah.
Which is this. There you go.
Um.
I'm gonna say it's not a critical success, so it's just a normal success. So it'll be 11 points for Obak. So Obak, you're up to 12. If you want to just manually enter
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. So you spend the 10 minutes to allow Turtle Run the opportunity to kind of quickly patch up Obak, seeing as how he's like everybody else has kind of been, either full health or have kind of taken care of themselves, Mastodon and Gregor. So Obak being like the last one, basically on the precipice of going down. You have to spend that 10 minutes like waiting in this area, trying to be as quiet as you can, even though the sound of battle was just moments ago. So as you kind of sit and kind of take 10 minutes to do it, Turtle Run, you're trying to do it as fast as you can, as best as you can, to not injure Obak. And I'll say you are able to get the 2d8 hit points taken care of for Obak. But just as that 10-minute mark hits, I need everybody here to roll me a perception check, please. Okay, so who's at the top? So wow, you said the class sucks, but it is very good for certain things, Gregor. So 27. You're the one to hear footsteps approaching. To you, they sound like the singular footsteps of just one individual, right? Just it's one set of feet like approaching, and you can hear the echoing footsteps off the stone floor. It doesn't sound heavy or anything like that. It sounds like a normal person kind of walking through. And Gregor, you're the one.
Are they heading to us?
Yeah, they're getting closer. I'm going to say that you're the one because of 27. You know exactly where they're coming from. So actually, let me reactivate this. So, how best to put this? Because everything's been happening essentially here. The path forward that you need to take to continue on is up here. In the upper left, the sound that you're hearing is coming from the bottom right, so off in that direction.
So I point in that direction and I say someone's coming from over there.
Yeah. And we'll say that this is happening in the final minute, so Turtle is still leaned over and kind of like picking at and making sure that Obak's wound gets taken care of. So as you kind of call out, I'm going to say you don't necessarily, because you're spending this time, it has to be spent in order to get that health. You just kind of have to wait and see like what approaches, and it sounds like one figure, so it can't be too bad, right? There's still 5 of you standing regardless, even if the state you're in is not best. So as you kind of wait, maybe kind of huddled up, kind of hiding as best as you can. Gregor, you've got the perfect angle on this, and you've got the best perception check. So for you, you see the figure step out into the light, and what you see essentially is long, flowing black hair, red skin, and two red horns curling from the temple. As this creature steps out, masculine, right? Dressed very nice, right? Long black kind of cloak, embedded like gold and reds along the button seams across the chest. You know, well leathered boots. Dressed like a lord, right? Like a wealthy lord from any other place you might come across.
Do I know? Do we know him, or is he just some random dude?
No, just random for you right now. But as they step out, they immediately kind of turn and look over at you, and they've got like a kind of reaction, like they see you. And they kind of make a visual sweep of the area really quick, kind of like ensuring, you know, that you're all just right here. Kind of look at the situation before them, right, with the dead body and all that. And they will cross their arms and kind of look at you and kind of call out from across the way, about 20, 30 feet away from you. Well, what's going on here? And they lock eyes directly with you, Gregor, since you're the most perceptive.
Who are you?
Kind of looks down. I don't know. Because they think about it for a moment, right? And they kind of look around. I'm not quite sure where I'm at. I've just awoken here. Things feel strange. Yourself? Who are you?
You awoke in here?
Yeah. They kind of look around like they're confused, right? Like they're thinking heavily, like in their own head. Almost kind of disregarding you, right? Like just like turns, looks away, learns and looks off in another direction. Yeah, in this city, whatever it is, I mean, I woke here. I can feel that this is not my home. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Huh. Let's start to kind of walk closer.
Stay right there. Don't come any closer.
Kind of lift their hands, kind of showing that they're of no threat. They don't really seem to have like any obvious weapons on display or anything. I can't tell you my name. I don't know it. I know I have a name, but I don't know what it is.
Harold will speak up as the two are talking and say, perhaps he's from beyond the veil.
Huh. What is that?
You don't know this city?
No.
You're in Almus. Ring any bells?
Kind of like looks off in the distance, kind of thinking. No.
Do you remember your home?
They're thinking, like they're trying to like best describe what they're trying to say here. I have a sense of it, but it's like looking at an image through frosted glass. I can see it, I can sense it almost blurred. But I know that this, wherever I am now, I'm looking around. I know that this is not my home.
You have amnesia. Either time or a direct hard enough blow to the head will re-jog your memory.
Huh.
These are the only ways.
Maybe. Kind of looks over at you all. Are you in need of some help? You do not look to be in fine health.
This place is very dangerous. We're just trying to pass through. We have a destination at hand, which is probably even more dangerous.
If you have anything to help treat our wounds over here, that'll be helpful as well.
I kind of think I can help, but and they kind of reach out, like showing you that they have to make contact with you in order to assist you.
I'm going to
Well,
speak up
Omar?
here. Oh. Harold's going to say nothing in Almus is 3. Remember those words.
Huh.
That was
So
kind
you-
of directed at his own group as like.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you know, if anybody wants to make a perception check to see if this person's lying to you or anything along those lines, feel free.
I will go ahead and do that.
Yeah, because this could be a charade, it could be an act, right? It could be attempting to deceive you. Yeah.
Okay.
So who all rolled here? We got Gregor, Turtle. Harold, you don't know what to think. We'll say that because you've got that, you know, thought ringing in your head, right? Nothing in Almus is free. You don't necessarily trust this person. I'm gonna say, for Gregor and Turtle, the two of you, you get the sense that they're being honest, which maybe has some bigger implications. You know, which I can add some context to later. But yeah, the two of you feel like this being is being honest, and you know, maybe coming through the veil has affected their memory of some sorts.
I'll be the experimental rat, and I like walk up to him and I kind of extend my arm. Mend my wounds.
Yeah, he'll reach a hand out like he's gonna shake your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take it. And yeah, you feel positive energy. Enough that does heal you, and you will gain 13 points of health.
Not even a full heal.
Yeah. Hey, this
This
cost,
guy's weak.
you know.
I think in Harold's paranoia, as that happens, he'll call out and ask, Mastodon, are you okay?
I feel fine. You don't know your name?
I feel I should, but I just cannot recall in this moment.
I'm sure it'll come to you, nameless demon. You probably do come from another world. Where we're going, you probably do not want to go. But if you'd want to make yourself useful, 5 men could help protect you until you find out what you're doing here.
Sure.
Perhaps we could even take you home back through the veil.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah. Sure. I will accompany you if that's fine.
This is a place where a rift has apparently opened, and there are unknown beings from unknown worlds within this city. Perhaps one of those worlds is where you hail from.
Perhaps. Well, if there are possibilities and answers following in your wake, then if you will have me, I will accompany.
That's fine by me.
You know how to use a weapon, or do you have any magic?
Yeah, I can do things.
Okay.
So you
Are you a
continue
healer?
up ahead? Oh, kind of thinks himself. No, I do not believe that is my specialty. No, I could do other things. Provide things, even, I think, if we come to terms.
Provide me with a bow that actually does some fucking damage, maybe.
What kind
So-
of terms are you talking about here? Are you trying to make a trade?
Depending on what you want, I have the sense that I can acquire things. But then again, I do feel disconnected from myself. So I don't
Well,
know
You can
to what extent.
You can tag along. Just do not try to kill us or eat us.
Okay.
Would you make a trade now?
My God.
What can I assist you with?
I need a specific weapon.
What kind of weapon is that?
One that's wrapped around fists.
Hmm. He kind of like open up the coat that he is wearing and kind of like dip his hand down into the interior pocket, and we'll pull out some hand wraps.
Ooh. Well, what do you know? He wasn't lying.
Something like this.
Perfect. What are your terms?
He just
I
puts
have
out
gold.
his hand.
Like waiting for me to do the same kind of thing? Or...
Yeah, to shake his hand.
Yeah, I'll reach out and shake his hand.
All right. Our bargain is done. Here.
Just like that.
And he'll pass it over.
Wow, nice. Well,
Don't
my
sup-
pleasure.
Don't suppose you have a bow in your pocket. It's a joke. It's a joke.
He'll look. Are you sure?
You really do have a bow in your pocket?
Well, and he'll kind of reach into the coat and almost like manifest it as he pulls his hand free. There is a bow in his hand.
Wow.
Shit, I'll take it. Does it do good damage? That's a meta question. Like, is it more damaging than the bow that I have?
It would be.
Yeah, I'll take that. What would you like for it?
He'll
Gold?
extend out his hand to shake your hand.
I'll shake his hand.
All right.
I
You make the
just
deal.
sold my soul to the devil. For a
Making
bow.
deals with the
victims.
devil right now, dude.
Without even thinking about it.
No, I thought about it.
But you make the deal?
I make that deal.
All right. The bow, as he passes it over to you, there is a metal to it that is unlike anything you have ever seen before.
Oh,
It is inlaid across the I guess I call it the limbs of the bow. Yeah, like where the grip, the upper limb and the lower limb, the two curved parts that where the string kind of attaches on either side. Yeah, there is an inlay of metal that you have never seen. It kind of changes color in the light, depending on how you hold it. Gives off some kind of like dark red inlay.
I'm gonna take 20 gold from my satchel, and I'm kind of gonna hand it over his way. Hey, here. Nothing here is free. And I don't know how you pay for things in your world, but this is how we pay for them in ours. And I'm gonna give him 20 gold.
You'll take the stack of 20 gold coins,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll hold on to it, and as he's kind of like looking at it, yeah, this feels familiar. Yeah, he will squeeze the gold, and as he kind of squeezes the coins together, they light up red as they form into like a single gold bar in his hand. As he kind of like melts them together, and then he'll pocket it.
Is he like a devil-looking creature?
Yeah.
Yes, he literally looks like the devil. Yeah,
Devil in a suit, dude.
yeah.
Right.
So.
Did you add the bow in the hand wraps or
I will add it for the next session.
Okay.
So, with that, you all press forward. Nobody else, I assume, is looking to make any kind of deal here.
What's our
unless you are.
HP looking like?
Rough. You need to make it to the safe house still.
Yeah, we gotta make it there before sunset. We're all fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you push forward, and I'm gonna say as you make your way deeper into the city and closer to the center, specifically this target, this orb that you are chasing. Right now, the furthest thing from your mind is you just want to make it to the next safe house, and you all now push forward ahead with a new companion tagging along, at least for a bit of this journey. You push ahead, and we'll go ahead and pause our story here and pick up next time.
Cool.
Nice.
Pushing ahead. So,
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
good shit, guys.
We made a deal with the devil. We killed some jobbers.
Yeah. Dire Straits. Looking to see where you're at. So let me sign on the stream and shit, but I'll be back in just 1 second. All right. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. That has been session 3 of our Ruined City campaign, Sunday campaign. We'll be back tomorrow, just kind of hanging out with the community, doing some community streaming, maybe some world building and stuff like that. Yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow at the usual time. Hope you all have a good day or a good evening, depending on where you are in the world. If you'd like to get involved, potentially as a player, or just get involved in the community in general with our community world building and stuff like that, the best place to be is in the Discord. That is where I reach out to first whenever I am, getting the next, group of people for the next series of campaigns. Or, yeah, it's just the place to be to interact and kind of, hang out with us and do some world building, which, again, there's a lot of community stuff. So a lot of the world that we play in is a community effort, right? It's not just singularly my ideas, it's the community's idea. So, yeah. In any case, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good day or a good evening, depending on where you're in the world. And maybe we'll see you next time. If not, we'll see you when we see you.